Barnsley fans not happy, but the ref's got to keep going. Bolverson nods that down well. Barnsley got so many players at the back for them, but Wrexham pick it up. Oh, good block on Cannon, who then is thrown to the ground by Connell, and the ref is given full time. Well, just listen to the relief from the Barnsley fans. They have taken an absolute battering, haven't they, in this second half, and yet Wrexham are beaten on the first day of 2025, and we're punished because in the first half, well, Barnsley, not for the first time, opponents celebrating like they've won something. Well, they were clinical in the first half, and we couldn't take our chances in the second.
Yeah, first of all, I think fair play to Barnsley. They did play some really nice stuff, particularly in that first half. 2 goals of real quality. I know the second one came from a mistake, but after that they took it with some real bit of class play. But then second half, Wrexham have absolutely dominated them, and they'll be really disappointed to be going home with nothing. But they can take a lot from that second half performance away from home. We haven't done it too many times when we've absolutely dominated a team, so it shows we've got it in us, and there are a lot of positives to take, and I'm sure that's what Phil Parkinson will be saying to the lads after they get in that changing room today, because although we're starting 2025 off with a loss, there is a lot of positives to take from this game today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that second half was outrageously good, as the Wrexham players are going to acknowledge the excellent support, who will themselves be wondering how did that play out right in front of them, that we'd only scored 1 goal in the second half when we could have had so many. Davis Keeler-Dunn, ex-Wrexham player, scored a brilliant opener, curling it into the bottom right corner, and then Phillips made it 2 with an equally fine finish, hitting it into the top left corner from the edge of the box. But Wrexham in the second half piled it on. Phil Parkinson's having a go at the referee, who's being booed roundly by the Wrexham fans. Wrexham had 2 big handball shouts for penalties not given. Ben Killip made a string of magnificent saves, maybe the best being the first one when Fletcher hit a shot and Killip somehow managed to stretch a foot out and block it, but he also made a brilliant save from Cleworth. Wrexham missed chances. Cleworth lashed the ball in late on, but despite it being one-way traffic, Wrexham just couldn't get that second goal. And like you say, a performance that promised much, certainly in the second half, but now we've got to build again and manage to get a result in the first half. A result when we are back at the racecourse on Saturday.
Yeah, and listen, I think they'll be really disappointed in there, like I say, to be leaving here with nothing, but so many positives. I thought we really dominated. 18 total shots, and we had 3 in that first half, so that's 15 in that second half. Only 6 on target, but Killip really earned his wages today. I thought he was superb, made some real top saves and kept Barnsley, well, probably protected that 3 points completely for him today, and that was the difference.
I just saw a stat there as well, 58 clearances by Barnsley. Wow. I mean, that tells you everything, doesn't it? I mean, the second half for them, they looked very composed on the ball in the first half, but the second half was them just clinging on and launching everything away as well as they could. Wow. Well, but no points, that's the most important statistic, and that's why Barnsley are so delighted, because having taken the grip in the first half, they actually held out despite all that pressure.
Yeah, and that's a massive 3 points for them. I haven't seen the scores elsewhere, but that could take them up into that playoff spot, and that's where you want to be at this time of year, in and around them places. But for Wrexham, again, away from home, we just can't quite get it over the line. But back at home on Saturday against Peterborough, familiar face in Darren Ferguson back at the racecourse. Obviously we beat them at their place, hoping we can do it at ours with our brilliant home record.
Yeah, just looking at the scores coming through now. Reading have won 3-1 at Cambridge, which won't help Barnsley. And I'm trying to spot Birmingham drawing at Stockport, so that's not bad for us. Wycombe beat Exeter 2-1. They were drawing at half time, so well, it's always going to be a bad day when you lose anyway, but at least that second half showed what we can do to a strong side as well. I thought Rathbone's energy in midfield was ludicrous, wasn't it, the way he was chasing everything?
Yeah, he was just ridiculous today, and I think as the weeks go on, he looks more and more comfortable in this system under Phil Parkinson, and alongside a different team. I think he's just getting better and better, and like you say, the energy he has that he can sustain that for 90 minutes plus it's remarkable, really. And I thought another one today for me was Paul Mullin. I mean, after he took that knock, well, it was more than a knock really, against the advertising boards, he seemed to come alive again, and it sort of looked like the Paul Mullin of old in many ways, just the way he was running about and getting in those battles, winning his duels. I thought he just looked right on it today, and that Fletcher cameo as well, that second half from him, that's one of the best performances I've seen from him in a Wrexham shirt as well. I thought he was superb. Probably unlucky at the end, maybe not to get the winner. I think maybe he's got on that last chance, maybe got to use James McLean, like we said. But a lot of positives to take from these sorts of games. That's what you've got to do. Obviously, analyse the mistakes in the first half, make sure we put them right going forward. But also look at that second half and look how well we played. The confidence that we had, the bravery going forward. We were so good, and just mega disappointed to sadly be going home with nothing.
Absolutely so, yeah. Mullin did well with the goal, keeping it alive for Cleworth as well. Was denied by another save I hadn't mentioned by Cliff when he came tearing off the line and with a great save, and then Fletcher hitting the rebound, which was equally well cleared off the line by O'Keefe. Goodness me, if I go through all the chances we had in the second half, we'll be here until New Year's Eve. But, well, suffice to say, huge frustration for Wrexham, but at least quality shown in that second half performance. Well, disappointing, but there you go. We go again on Saturday. Peterborough drew at Burton, but if we can play like we did in the second half on Saturday, then we should put on a show with a final score of Barnsley 2, Wrexham 1. We've been Mark Griffiths and Mia Roberts from Wrexham AFC.